Hey friends, welcome back to that 1870s homestead. My name's Rachel. In our last video, we were out here doing a lot of weeding, and in that video I left with how I struggle with defeat. And today's just a prime example of that. I just weeded this bed not even 3 days ago and tried to get all that thistle weed out. And I was wrong in that last video too. It wasn't cow thistle, it is something called sow thistle. And I was also wrong. It's not purple flowers, it's yellow flowers. And once I really researched that plant, I went in and I said in that video I was gonna research, I think that there's medicinal benefits or just good nutritional benefits to thistle. I wanted to research that more, and it is like, why would you take it out of your garden almost? It's so good for you. But it's so invasive. Anyway, I said that to say I'm tackling that today, and this bed has nothing but a ton of thistle coming back up in it. And I was so careful to get all those roots. But the taproots can go up to 10 feet deep. The horizontal roots can stretch 9 feet. And it's basically near impossible to eradicate without an herbicide. And I don't want to use an herbicide in my garden that is strong enough to kill something like this. So we're going to do our very best again to see. And the thing is the roots are so incredibly fragile. They just snap so easy. But it just rained last night, and sometimes I've found weeding is a little easier after rain, and that things will pull. Like, this is going so deep. My hand's deep down in here. Yeah, I can't get it. Anyway, I found that weeding can be beneficial after rain. Yep, I think that these look like just all super fresh sprouts. Look how they're not even like that hard, ropey yet. And they're just snapping off of a taproot that's way down in there. So what am I gonna do, guys? What am I gonna do? I don't know. That's the honest truth. I don't know. So, because they have such a really, really long taproot, it draws up great minerals from the soil for us. So heavy vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, probably lots of good things like potassium, magnesium, zinc, and I'm not 100% positive on those, but I remember just going offhand, like the major vitamins that it's good for. They say these young leaves, let me pop some, are a great spinach type culinary item. So let's try one. Okay. Oh, whoever says that, I don't know. Maybe after they're cooked. Oh. I don't know if I was supposed to eat that. Not cooked. Sorry to spit on camera. But, because it's kind of got a milky substance in the leaf. Okay, don't do as I do. Do as I say. You should probably cook these first. It can be used in a tincture form, and it can be used as tea for good liver health, anti-inflammatory, and all kinds of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to harvest all these young leaves and do my freeze drying thing, and I'll have some great herbal teas put up. And I'm going to try my best to pull roots. I don't know if I can contain this at this point in my garden. I don't know. I think it's something that when I see it come up, I pop the green off and work around it at this point in time. Another great benefit of it from a permaculture perspective is it attracts aphids. So having it in your garden isn't necessarily a bad thing, because you want aphids not to be on your plants, and if they're attracted to this, that's wonderful. And then the beneficial insects that want to eat the aphids come in, like the butterflies and things like that, and they eat the aphids and they help pollinate your garden. So from a permaculture perspective, there's that benefit. And there's also the permaculture benefit that if you steep this, I would assume roots and all, in water, it's a great fertilizer for your garden. So I have to see if I can work around it at this point, or work with it. Let me say it that way. Work with it. So let's take that mindset approach. And I'd encourage you to do the same with whatever weed you're struggling with in your garden. How do you, because I guess I had that little tingling thought in my head, like, God, why is this weed in my garden? Do I need something like in my diet that it's going to give me? Do I need something for my health that it's going to give me? Are you trying to provide this to me for a reason? And a couple reasons are great in that it's a great herbal tea for me. It is great at pest repellent from plants that I'm growing in my garden, and a potential just easy fertilizer source. So I have to thank the Lord for that I have such bounty. And see it just through a different lens is where I'm at, because I'm at this point, I think it's a non-winning battle after seeing this. And I can't dig 20 feet deep everywhere in my garden to get these taproots out, or 10 feet deep, however deep they go. It's just not realistic, nor would that even, it just completely take the joy out of gardening. So I'm not to say I'm not going to do my best. I mean, I've got to be able to have space to grow in my garden. So we're going to do our best to contain it and work around it, and appreciate the benefits that come with it. So that's where I am. I did flame weed a little bit more in this section until I ran out of propane. But I'm hoping that we've got a spare propane tank up at the house that I can do my official flame weeding through all the garden beds. I don't know, guys. Trying to say, like I said, how do I think about things differently, educate myself differently, and stay motivated? It's a tricky one. So you guys are seeing how this is growing here, just all intertwined and on itself, and it grows every which way and starts something new. It's just kind of laughable, and I don't know. What else are you going to do but enjoy the weather, I guess. Enjoy the weather. It's just so fragile. But in the old days, it was a source of sustenance. It was commonly used. So maybe we're spoiled. maybe. Probably not maybe, most definitely. So I'm honestly thinking, like, what would you do? What would you do? Even though I'm trying to stay positive. You guys see, like, that was literally a 3-foot by 2-foot section, and I don't even have it all. I uncovered. And my garden is, 46 by 46, something like that. And it'll rapidly just take over this whole space. So here's the thought on solutions in case you're facing something like this, and these are things that I'm thinking through my head. Do I get like solid bottom raised beds, something like a metal raised bed that weeds can't come in from underneath the ground, because that's how this grows? Do I do that? I don't know. It's a thought. I don't think necessarily abandoning the space is the solution, because there's weeds everywhere. Well, I mean, we live on a small farmette, and you can't weed 7 acres, not without, again, herbicides, pesticides type solutions. So, just sharing thoughts as I'm pulling up thousands of these craziness, and they just crisscross in every which way. I don't know. Trying my best in front of you all to remain hopeful, see the light. But this is just, I'm not even like, I'm weeding my pathways right now, because they're just going to infiltrate the garden beds that much more. Who wants to do that? Really? Who wants to do that? Who wants to weed their pathways? That's why I use deep wood chips, right? This stuff is vigorous. I don't know. Just thinking. But I am interested. What would you do if this was you? What would you do? Like, why can't it just come out nice and neat like a dandelion? Well, I'll tell you what. One thing that I've found is a positive is how absolutely stunning my soil is. Earthworms beyond earthworms. Oh, look, one's tickling my toes right now. Where'd you go? Trying to go away. Just babies and big mamas, and everybody's so happy in here. There's just, okay, well, here's a question. Will all these little baby fine hair roots turn into one of these? I don't know. If I find a big clump, I take them out. But I guess I'm trying to find like all the positives. So all the positives, we're focusing on that as much as we can. All these tangled roots add wonderful aeration to my soil. The soil clearly is loving all the minerals and happiness. Like, he's just so happy. Everybody's so happy in here. Everywhere I look, there's an earthworm. And So I can't complain too much when it's doing a wonderful job keeping the soil healthy when I have like absolutely dead beds where this is not growing. You know what I mean? So I guess we're going to say one more thank you to this beautiful weed. The thing is I know I'm not winning. I know I'm just attempting to make space to grow in is what I'm trying to do. And it is, some of them are just so tricky to get out. But we're making progress, so let me give you an update. Okay, so there's the fence row, that's that pile of creeping Charlie. So I've got probably, I don't know, 8-10 feet done, plus this part of the pathway. My back's not really happy or having fun, but I got my music on. I might have to take a break because it's like chances of rain today and it's getting dark out. So anyway, I figure if I share how I am, if I share how I am dealing with being defeated, you'll find your own way. And we'll all be better for it. I could be better. And I'm not going to tell you I'm not. Like, I just went in and vented to Todd. It's so bad. Oh, my gosh. But I came back out, and we're trying it. So, I love you guys. There's so much encouragement going out to you. And, you know, a fellow subscriber mentioned this, and I've often thought it. You know, when you're out pulling weeds, we can think of the things in our lives that are taking up space, that are maybe unhealthy for us, or overabundance of something that's not good for us. And just think about the weeds in your life and what do you need to prune out? What do you need to pull out? What do you need to get away from? So that you can thrive, so that you can be healthy. And I do think about those things sometimes. All right, back to it.